Hello, and welcome to another one of Universes Academy's Nats deck profiles. Today we have the one, the only, the big bad man of the meta, Eraserhead 1. So everyone knows what this character does. He's super controlly, adds speed, takes speed away, draw some cards, steals your character ability, all that good stuff. This build is off of Void. So with the release of Undaunted Raid, we got a whole lot of really strong Void cards, in particular the Punch package. So I want to dive right into these attacks. So you'll see your common offenders like Jab, run that at a 4x. Exploit Flurry, not a punch, but has some momentum control on it that just combos off of any attack and can just add some extra damage, which is something that we're never sad to see. But momentum control is pretty important right now. It also is a weapon, which leads into Twin Sword Slicer, gives us a way to combo that, which again gets us some extra damage. And Twin Sword Slicer is really good at just being two attacks. Sometimes you just throw one of these out there and you'll be able to, get a free anywhere, I don't know, maybe between 10 to 12 damage. Just depends on what all you have on the board. Really, really good addition for the Void build as well. Those are only two non-punches, because then we're going to be back into hard and uppercut. This attack just hits hard, has a +0 high block, it slows down their next move, and it has EX. Like, this attack just does it all. And then you have Rejuvenating Smash. Running it at a 3, Rejuvenating Smash, you can make an argument to go up to 4 for sure. But this card, again, just so efficient with this character. It's second enhance, that if you've discarded a card during this enhance step, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Well, hey, we're always discarding a card because we're discarding an erase to pull it back. So that's just a free momentum. And that makes this thing a 6 mid 6, but 4 UEX. It also gains you 2 life and drew 2 cards. Like, there's just so much going on here. You're never sad to see one of these. Like I said, you could probably put it up to 4. Only reason we don't is because we're trying to keep the deck a little leaner. But again, this deck could also be fattened up a little bit and still be very good. And then, of course, we have the other big bad of the most recent set, which is repeated 100% smash. This card also kind of just does a million things. It has EX and Powerful 3. It's a punch. It readies our whole board, or at least, a large chunk of it. You're probably going to ready anywhere from 3 to 4 things, depending on when you play this. Just as a 6i6 again. So, you're never sad to see one of these. And, that's kind of the general theme of the lineup. Like, you can do cool stuff, play an attack, then play your rejuve, and then get a free momentum to then Twin Sword Slicer on a 6 twice. That's 4 attacks off of 3 attacks. You gain 2 life, you drew 2 cards. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. Really cool lines. Other key thing that we picked up off of Void is Barrier Shield. So Barrier Shield, most importantly, has Enhanced Remove, reduces attack speed to 0. The next card you play this turn gets Breaker 2. So with our Erase also already having Breaker 1 on it, we can very easily 0 someone's attack speed out and then just Breaker 3 them and probably effectively end their, at the very least, offensive push, if not just in their turn. It's incredibly strong. Right now, we're doing 4 races, 2 barriers, and then 1 nullify. That's right, we got the spicy, hot 1x nullify in here to try to go. And, sometimes you just need to negate something late in the turn. This is also a really good answer to repeated. We're trying to go and ready everything, and then you're like, nah, we're going to nullify that. So you got some options there. You could, again, go up or down on some of these numbers. And right now, I don't have a board built for you. I feel like that's kind of where you get to choose what cards you want to add and customize it from there. Let's run through the foundations. A lot of the common offenders here. You got Gotcha, that's some speed hate. You got Media, that's some speed hate. You got Tape to put things to mid and is some speed hate. So that way you can always block with your erases. You got Heroic Lineage for some more speed hate. You got Spooky, so since you hated on their speed, now you just swap that to their damage and you don't take any damage off that attack. You got Citywide Crisis. This is another good pickup that Void got recently, back in set 4. And most importantly, Enhanced removes to return this attack to its print speed, and it's playable while committed. So even if you get stunned out, you're still good. You get to drop that speed back down to printed, and then just block. Really, really strong card. The other effect's actually also really good, where you can enhance on your turn to commit, and it's after your rival adds one or more cards to their hand due to their non-character effect. They add one card from their hand to their card pool face down. Man, people sure do like playing Rejuvenating Smashes as blocks on your turn, don't they? Well, guess what? You can commit, make them add one to their card pool after that. So at that point, Rejuve had to be their second card they played, so odds are that was their second block, and now they're going to have a third card in their card pool. They're probably not going to be blocking anymore after that. So Citywide Crisis is just a really strong card. And then you got Prone to Dry Eyes, which is our main offense here. When you can pitch a card, again, go back to the situation where we're like, oh, hey, we're going to Rejuve, and we're going to gain some life and draw some cards and get a free momentum. Oh, hey, and then we're going to play this Twin Sword Slicer after it. Well, guess what? I'm also going to have pitched one of those cards. So, if Rejuve was your second card, then at that point, you've already pitched two. Then you drew them back. And then you pitch, a third one on Twin Sword Slicer. It's getting +3 damage. And then you echo it. Pitch another one. It's getting +4 damage. Hey, I guess it's coming across for 8. It adds up very quickly. But, something you want to be mindful of. You don't want to just do it every turn, but on turns when you really want to try to push and get some damage through, or even further go for a kill, definitely a great card to have. Also, just will randomly ready up committed face downs. So if it just gets committed, then you're like, cool, response once per turn. Let's ready up 2 of these face downs. So really strong there. I like Unbreakable in this deck. I think that enhanced commit, destroy one foundation. If you block this attack, it's considered completely blocked. I think that's big. It's a way to deal with throws. It's also a way to get yourself out of deadlock. It has its other abilities that can also protect your stage, which is great. But the main reason that I ran it at a 1 is because, it's just one more defensive piece they have to figure out how to get through, and they can't even do anything to it. Like, it has a static that says this card cannot be destroyed or removed due to your rival's effects. So, they can flip it, but not really, because it has once per turn, discard a momentum. After your rival plays a non-character ability that destroys, flips, or removes a card in your stage, cancel it. So it really can't go anywhere once it hits the field. So it's a solid addition to the defense. With that, of course, you have Night Watch to sit here and negate things. Also lets you pick up your combo attacks from your card pool, so you can pick up Twin Sword Slicer or an Expert Flurry. Really good. Keeping Gary safe. Also another great foundation, and it's spam with a playable block, and it's anti-committal, so that's really good. And then the last foundation here that we hadn't talked about is Fruit of Our Labors. So you can do some cool stuff with this on defense to say maybe you've had a block with an erase like we were talking about earlier, where you shield barrier, you block with an erase, you break or 3 them, they decide to push through it or whatever. You're like, oh crap, that was my last erase. Well, not really, because you pop a Fruits of Our Labors, and you discard those 2 cards, and then you're like, oh cool, I can just pitch a different card to pick up that erase again. So it has some neat applications in the deck. Also has a Deadlock Form to flip, and your rival builds 1 card from their hand face down. So it's discard, and it further pushes them deeper into deadlock, which is just good for you in general most of the time. Most importantly, gets rid of the card from their hand. But this deck is a deck that you're going to want to be aware of. It just won UK Nats, so clearly a strong contender. And it's not going anywhere. You're going to want to get some reps in against this deck. This deck list is not exactly what's been running around, but it's a good starting point. If you build something like this or similar to this and practice against it, you should be pretty well prepared for the deck at Nats. Or if you don't want to just prepare to play against it, you could also just take this list and play it. So either way, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and best of luck in Nats.